A new spot in town to enjoy some great oysters.
McKinzie Roth went out to Ways and Means at Bridgeport Village, where she got a lesson in shucking oysters.
A seafood lover's paradise. Look at this spread. We're here at the hottest new oyster house in town, Ways and Means here at Bridgeport Village. And Shane Prenovo joins us now. Chef, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to talk shucking oysters.
Absolutely.
So where do we begin?
Well, we start with a nice, fresh, clean oyster right here, making sure that it's not open.
Okay. And what do you look for? Shape, size, smell?
Yeah, a lot of them have a nice big cup on the bottom. That's usually where the meat of the mussel will sit down in there.
Okay.
Shape, smell is definitely important. Just the cleanliness of the oyster in general. And like I said, just making sure that it's not open.
Not open.
Nice, fresh smell to it.
That's the key. Okay.
Yeah. So I always like to keep a towel here to protect our hand. I got a nice beveled oyster knife. And we're just going to basically find the hinge right here is kind of what they call it.
You just get in there.
You do.
Oh, now what if that happens? You just keep going at it. All right. And how many oysters do you shuck on the daily?
We shuck quite a bit, probably at least 100 to 200, depending on the day.
What's your most popular oyster?
The
most
Kumamoto.
Yeah?
Yeah, it has a lot of meat inside of it. The flavor is a little sweet. It's a really good oyster. It's harder to shuck, but it's worth it.
It's worth it. Is that a good one to start on if someone hasn't tried an oyster yet?
Yeah, I'd say it's an intermediate one. Our Ways and Means West is more of a typical oyster.
Your intermediate, yeah, just got a beginner oyster.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you get in there.
Yep, it's connected on the top and the bottom. So we're just gonna slide the knife evenly all the way across till it pops right off like that, making sure it's disconnected.
Nice and meaty.
Oh yeah, the liqueur in there is really important. That adds a lot of flavor, making sure there's no bits of shell inside. And underneath here, near the heart, is gonna be one more spot where it's hooked at.
And then you take it out. I love that.
And then it's done.
Now let's talk about dressing your oysters, because you can have them so many different ways, and you've set some beautiful ones out here for us.
Yeah, we got raw, we got cooked, we have preserved. Here we have a basic, simple, traditional setup of our raw oysters, served with a champagne mignonnier and a lemon. Very good. The champagne will bring out the flavor of the seawater in the oyster and help complement it very nicely. A baked oyster right here, chorizo and hollandaise, a different spin on oysters, but very good nonetheless. And then we have paniolos here. It's a raw oyster. It's added with bacon vinaigrette, jalapeno syrup, and some brown sugar chili bacon.
Ooh, now I might have to try one of these little guys.
Please.
Now let's talk about pairing with wine. What's a good option?
Tate Dog Winery produces all of our grapes for us. So basically we buy them up and we make our Cabernet Sauvignon. We make our Cabernet Blanc, our Sauvignon Blanc, and our Chardonnay right here, all from the same winery. Very good with complementing a lot of the oysters. I'll
tell you what, this was absolutely divine. Now, if you're not into seafood or oysters, though, I know you guys have a lot of other options.
We sure do. We have fish tacos, we have ahi poke. This lobster roll right here just won top 10 on Open Table. We have a shrimp, bacon wrapped shrimp here that's very good.
You cannot go wrong. And I know you guys have been open for 8 weeks. You're gearing up for the holidays.
We sure are.
So business is good. Come to Ways and Means.
Yes, please.
Okay, I have to ask, what is this? This is a shooter. It looks quite big.
That's our burlesque shooter. It's got our jalapeno pineapple syrup in it. It looks like some sparkling wine.
I might take
There's
a baby.
a small one right there. Yes, please.
A baby version. Well, Shane, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to try this burlesque shooter. This is a first. Cheers. That is very good.
Thank you.
I had to wake you right on up.
Absolutely.
Back to you guys.
Thank you.